Good evening. I am Andrew Ray, and today I'll be doing a presentation on my dog training camp. This is going to be the second presentation for the course. And the objective of this presentation, or this project, is to collect enough consumer data to meet customer needs. Collecting data was one of the objectives because I think that it is important to understand who your customers are and what they desire. The second objective is to use that data to produce a viable method of customer satisfaction. So using this data, I plan to use that data to, in a way, kind of innovate what it is that I'm trying to do with that target market. Speaking of target market, the third objective is to target market participants seeking quality craftsmanship. So based on that data, I am going to target certain things towards that target market, and hopefully it'll work out in the end. But as of right now, it is working out because I'm currently working with Breakthrough Dog Training, local at Cedar Hill, and we have been working together since basically I started this class, and things have been working well so far, and we're using a lot of the data from this project towards the business and to kind of meet those objectives as well. So the survey data was collected on random individuals on social media, Facebook, Messenger, and Twitter. Basically went through my friends on Facebook, sent them the link, and it's amazing how many people actually did not respond because I have well over 1,000 contacts on all of these platforms, and just the amount of respondents is pretty disappointing if you ask me. It's people are not willing to take a few moments of their time to fill out a survey. So collecting the data is quite a challenge. So I definitely understand paying for a data service like SurveyMonkey to reach out and put your surveys out there, which is what I would do if I was doing this full time. So in the survey, I put together a series of questions, but one question I put together as a separate survey, as a separate poll, just to kind of test out the water as far as who would respond and how I would be able to do that. And so with this question, this is a standalone question. If cost is no factor, what is your preference for a highly skilled dog trainer who is not in your geographical location? Parentheses, within 150 miles of your location. And as you can see, the majority of the respondents prefer that a dog trainer be in their geographical location, and these are the actual percentages. And second place would be that respondents would prefer to travel beyond geographical location for a highly skilled trainer to meet their pet's needs. So 31.25% of these respondents said if there is a skilled trainer, they would prefer to travel outside of the geographical location. Moving on to the next survey, the first question on that survey was, what type of dog training service do you perceive as most valuable to you? And the majority of the respondents said simple obedience, which is understandable because most people really just want to teach their dog some simple tasks and to be obedient. Now, I was actually surprised at the results of the second choice on this one, because more respondents responded that they thought protection dogs was more valuable to them, which says a lot about what people perceive as good dog training. And I think that has more to do with an education or lack thereof as well. Because when you get into protection dogs, you run into tons of liabilities regarding teaching dogs how to bite people specifically. So moving right along. These are the actual percentages, which is good. That 63% said they just want simple obedience. And down at the bottom of this list, you see other. You have one response that says that they preferred an other choice. I'm going to go back one slide. They prefer a different choice other than what's already listed. And I'm back to where I was. And I'll be going over with the other responses at the end of this survey response. So the next question, second question of this survey is going to be, when choosing a dog trainer, what is most important to you? And of course, the majority of the respondents picked that they felt the majority of the most important thing to them was skills and experience, regardless of price and affordability. Now, I understand price and affordability plays a large factor, so that may be the second choice on most people's lists if they are looking at a quality dog trainer. And these are the actual percentages. And I was actually surprised at this. I honestly thought, and this is only a few respondents. This is only out of 19 respondents. So given if there was a way that I could scale up and get more responses than 19, out of 1,000 people I sent the invitation to take their survey, if I could get more than 19, that would be great. Maybe this would be more accurate. It may be closer to price and affordability versus dog trainer skills and experience. They actually might be closer to each other. So these are the top two things that most people are going to choose a dog trainer based on. And income level is the third question. And I was also surprised at this one. I was very surprised. The people that took this survey make over $100,000 per year, which is amazing to me because I feel like that most people who are into dogs are in the mid $50,000 and maybe even below income bracket. So that tells me maybe I'm behind on the times. Maybe inflation has caused wages to go up over the $100,000 mark. Maybe if you're making over $100,000 nowadays, maybe you should be considered more as a upper middle class. I think that it's always been that way as far as what I remember, but even more so, I think that if you're making over $100,000 per year, you can definitely afford to pay for your dog to have training. And these are the answer choices of the specific percentages. And really, I think anything over $50,000, most people are going to be able to afford to pay some type of training, even if it's training at PetSmart, which is the most value proposition type of dog training. May not be the most quality, given that the dog trainers that are there at PetSmart are not quite as experienced dog trainers as somebody you would pay for to train your dog on a more personal level at their house or so forth, which is what Breakthrough Dog Training sells, is a program that includes a more experienced dog training program. The final question of the survey is age ranges. The majority of the respondents were in the 21 years up to about 45 years old. So a younger age bracket. So you're looking at anywhere between the age of 22 and 45 of these people most likely are making over $100,000 per year, which says a lot about current dog owners who are interested in dog training. I think that's kind of crazy, actually. I'm surprised at that. And it kind of honestly makes me feel like I'm a little bit left behind the power curve here. So hopefully after I get out of grad school that, I can reap the results of my studies and work. All right, and the actual percentages are 36% 22 to 35, and 26% were 36 to 45 years of age. And going on to the other respondents. These are the people who responded as other as their choice. Now, this person answered these questions, and they said they would prefer, they perceived as the most valuable type of training to them is obedience, protection, and detection. So to them, they put those things on the equal pedestal basis of most important or most valuable. And this one chose as the most important thing to them in choosing a dog trainer is experience of the dog trainer and affordability. So those are the top two things for them. I'm guessing that they like those two things equally. And the income level is about average for this individual, and the age range same as before. And this person chose other as their choice in protection dogs. Okay, well, they chose protection dogs as their choice. On their other choice was question 3. All right, and they chose $2,000 to $2,400 per year, which is amazing to me because I don't know of any job that pays that little. Maybe this individual was in a foreign country, and I don't know. But it just seems to me that that's very low. Maybe they don't work very much. Maybe they only work 1 day a week. I'm not sure. But that's kind of one of the things that I found, that lower income people seem to be more interested in protection type dogs. So with instruction-based training comes along a little benefit that we provide, and based on the data that I'm looking at here, most people do prefer a dog trainer that's in their geographical location. However, we have been trying to scale to the point where we want to provide some type of internet service where people or customers can reference a video or reference their dog and how the trainer has worked with their dog and what they can do to improve the training with their dog. So this is an instructional video that I did with one of our customers, and this is kind of what we're looking at doing is providing an instructional video of the trainer working with the customer's dog to use as a reference. Now, these videos in the future, we're looking at building a library-based subscription service, possibly, and hopefully some of these videos that we'll be able to use in that, and that people will be able to refer to other dogs and other people's dogs and other issues that other people have had in order to kind of look and see maybe their dog is having a similar issue. And this would go out to future customers who have paid for the service, and they can maybe even a lifetime service for them, for those that have paid for in-person training. So these are the kinds of things that we've been thinking. And I can't play this video on here because I'm not online right now. So I'm just going to backtrack a little bit and get out of this window, and I'll play the video that I recorded. And then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, so going from one place to the next. I want to go ahead and call Rain over. I'll tap the button. Place. Place. So she tried to mark her territory right there. I'm glad you saw that. Trying to mark her territory. Don't let her do that. Pull her away immediately when she does that. Give a double tap on both buttons whenever she does that. I don't want her to go around marking the territory. I'm trying to work with her. Turn her up a little bit. Place. Good. Yeah, so she's in her place. Now I want to try and see if I can get her over to this next place without her breaking position before I call her over. Come. Place. So I shorten the leash. She doesn't know it too well yet. That's okay. Try it again. Place. 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 Good. For her to look at me. Good. So, reward her for looking at me. Now. Place. Good girl. Whoa. She went to it. Place. When you call her over to the next one, just tell her again. And then use a little bit of stimulation, call her back to her place. She doesn't understand going one place to the next very well yet, but she's going to work on it. Tap, 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 place. Tap, tap. Come. Good girl. Alright. So another thing I would like for you to work on with Rain is duration. She's very distracted very easily. The more you do this with her, the more you get her out. The more you get her outside, you just have her in place. The more it's going to be better for her because she gets distracted very easily. Alright, that's another thing I want to discuss with you when we're walking later on. She gets very distracted, and I'm going to show you that later on whenever we go for a walk. I'll show you how to get her attention back again because she wants to get after the dogs. She wants to get aggressive with other dogs, and we don't want that. Alright, so I'm going to call her back over to this place. Come. Place. Good girl. See? So, she acted like she wanted to go out that way a little bit. I just put a little tension on the leash to guide her back in this way. That's all I did. Good girl. Girl, when she makes eye contact with me, every time she makes eye contact with me, I want to reward her for that. Now, notice my body position. I'm walking in and I'm walking out. Walking in and walking out. It's kind of a distraction, right? Walk in, walk out. She breaks. Place. Good girl. It's alright. So she broke. Eventually she'll learn. She'll stay right here without you telling her. Even if you're just walking in and walking out. Walking in, walking out. She looks at me a little bit. That's alright. She might be distracted by other dogs back here. That's okay. Good girl. She looked at me. I want to. All right. And once again, I do apologize for the poor image quality on that. That was done with some slow Wi-Fi, but I ended up getting it done anyways. So now the actual video is on YouTube. You can go and look at it. It is better quality on YouTube. So me trying to record over the YouTube video, it became very buggy, and it's better if you watch it on YouTube. So I will post the link. I will post the link in the actual presentation, and you'll be able to click on it and watch it. Now, based on the data and the services that we actually observed, we're using this as a personalized sales approach. Now, this is versus an advertising type of campaign. We choose to go out and provide an outlet for people to ask questions, and then if they're interested, after we tell them what our prices are, then we go, and if they're still interested, then we go and we actually try to do a free consultation with them. And the way that works is it saves us time from doing an hour-long consultation or 30-minute consultation with somebody who can't really afford to do the training. Because a lot of times before, when we were doing the consultation, before we tell them the prices, it ended up being, well, we're just wasting our time with a lot of people that are not interested because of the pricing. However, now that we have a personalized sales approach, we are giving them the prices up front, and if they're still interested, then we do a consultation. That way they can see that we really know what we're doing. And conclusion, this is my dog. The day that I adopted him, actually. So, most respondents, they want a dog trainer that lives nearby. Most respondents prefer basic obedience training over any other method. Most respondents are willing to choose a trainer based on skills, experience over price affordability. Most respondents' average income of $50,000 or more, and most respondents were aged 21 through 45. And once again, I didn't put it on here, but I want to also credit my coworker and my colleague who owns Breakthrough Dog Training for also helping me with part of this presentation. Be safe and God bless.